to anybody who's watching the VOD, hello. Going live. It's a bit earlier than usual. I just I don't really have the patience to wait. I think that was sort of bruise on my lip. No, verify. Okay. It's still amazing how I know I'm early, but still people are here. Union Pacific fan and Blue Star, hello, good to see you both. Stand by because I'm doing the regular updates to the stream. I do need to get the stream open as well, so well, we can do that in a moment. That's fine. On cool. John Eads. Is it Edes or Eads? Hello, first of all. I think I'll just refer to John. I don't think I'll try and use that second name. Okay, so we got all of them. Volume all the way down for this one. There we are, that sounds alright. And let's do the almighty Discord ping. Lego Railway Series. It's pronounced Eads. Okay. John Eads, hello, good to see you. In the future, I will just refer to John if you do appear in chat. Right, so copy, paste. It's time for going live. Everyone live now. And we have 206 people in the server. Ooh-wee, that's going up. Okay then, so we'll let the rest of the crew show up. So again, Lego Robot Series, hello, good to see you. Union Pacific fan says, I'm not sure what live stream I'm going to make next, or what it's about. It's most likely a train or building a train. Yeah, I think that would be a good starting point, because it would be fun to do a live build. That's not something I can quite do myself because of my personal arrangement here. You know, it's not convenient for it. But yeah, it's not a bad starting point. Blue Star says, hey Luke, you should build the Great Western GWR 111 Great Bear out of Lego, which is another experimental engine and kind of the Fury hush hush, but the 460 Pacific, not high pressure. I am aware of this locomotive, but I don't really build Lego trains that much anymore. I've built a lot of Lego trains in my time, and I'm not that motivated to build many. That is kind of a one-off build. It's a very similar build to something else that I have. It would be interesting to see a lot of locomotives in Lego form, but I don't think that's quite my sort of loco. But yeah, maybe one day, you know, if I win the lottery and I get loads of space, that's definitely going to be on the build list. New Pacific Railroad phone. There. Go from there again. Union Pacific fan says, I have my new railroad name, Union Central Railroad. Okie doke. I wonder if that's just for your railroad, or is this going to be like something for your channel or something? Lego Railway Series. Hopefully YouTube, YouTube, 2 cent, time travel, me again, Withy, this stream. You want that to be clear? Yeah, I mean, that wasn't exactly the most competent thing I've ever read, but yeah, that's interesting movie. Yeah, but so last week, to anybody who wasn't around last week, the live stream cut off about 20 minutes in. So to anyone who is joining me for the first time, I am recording this live stream off my tablet, and I'm therefore using the YouTube app. I do have my PC here, and this is just something I have open to be able to read the live stream chat. But the reason why it's kind of broke last time It was mainly because the app just decided to shut down on me, which is a real pain in the ass. Sorry, one second. Let me just get some. Let me turn off this notification. Need to make sure group chats aren't interfering because they do appear. Again, this is on a tablet, so any like group chat sort of thing that will appear on the tablet, and that will in turn kind of cause it a bit of lag. Union Pacific plus railroads in Central America combined. Oh, that's what it's from. Glasgow Brick Subway. Hello, Miller. Good to see you. Renzo, did you win? I mean, we haven't done the judging process yet, so that's actually a good point. So, the submission phase for the TLR Awards ended last Saturday, and I have a judging panel to help me with the judging process, of course, and trying to arrange a time for them all to be, because ideally I wanted this to be, and thankfully I was able to achieve this, where I was able to speak to all the judges and say to them, okay, I would much rather all of us sit down in this kind of one space. We'll have a video, we'll have like a voice chat go on, and we'll go I've got all the submissions posted in this one place, so we can get to it easily. All you have to do is just try and be there at the same time. I can get through it. Hopefully it won't take anything more than half an hour. So yeah, I was able to talk to all the judges, and next Tuesday, so on the 12th, yeah, on the 12th, on that evening, me and the other judges are going to sit down finally and go through all of the submissions that came through for the TLR Awards. And this is something that a couple of people have kind of pointed out. Again, I've had a number of people say, when's the judging process happening? When are you going to announce the winners? It's coming soon. Again, so now it's going to be conferred with the judges on Tuesday evening. I'm going to spend Wednesday making all the graphics and recording the video, kind of announcing the winners. And hopefully, if that goes as smooth and as quick as I think it will, I will be able to officially announce the winners on Thursday. So that will be a very exciting process. And yeah, so nobody has actually been. Well, I've gone through all the submissions and I've picked out a lot of people in contendership to win per category. A winner and a runner-up will be picked per category, and it was again just so cool to see all those models come through. It was absolutely staggering. So thank you everyone who took part. So Renzo, did you win yet? We don't know yet. Technically, we don't know yet. John says, anyone currently building anything for the community challenge? We currently have 3 models that have come through. I kind of overlapped the community challenge and the TLR awards at the same time. However, neither of them were stopping because of the other. So community challenge is still going, continuing from last month into this month, but the theme being streamlining. And I basically said to people a couple of days ago, okay, just if you submit something already, resubmit it, because it's not worth going back through the chat to kind of go through all the models again. They're kind of just, yeah, it's still going, but let's just start fresh, basically. And yeah, we've got 3 models in. We got, let's have a look at, what did we get? Oh, yes, we had Zodiac's A4, Tank Nerds Diesel units, which has a matching consist, which is very cool to see. I love those. And Archie with a sort of streamlined nose version of the Santa Fe Super Chief. So straight away, we got 3 models in already. It's nice to kind of talk about the community challenge again, because that was a lot of fun to do, and it's good to get back onto it. Oh, okay. So yeah, there are going to be more people taking part in the community challenge. Hopefully we do get a good few people, and hopefully we see some more streamlined steam locomotives, because they're just beautiful things to look at. Some quips in the chat. Lol, sorry, my fingers had a stroke. Yeah. That or I have type. Oh, my phone is the absolute worst when it comes to typos. I'll be texting in a group chat, or I'll text someone that I know, and it will change one word that grammatically makes sense. It will autocorrect it into something completely different, and it looks like I've had a bit of a spasm on the keyboard. It's so it's so daft, but yeah, oh well. When does the Streamline Build Challenge end? The last day to enter models. This isn't competitive. The community challenge is not a competitive thing. It's just a way of showcasing your models with other people online, just through my YouTube channel. And the last day is I believe it's been a while. Let me remember. I believe it's the 28th. Oh my god, I can't actually remember. It has been a long while. I mean, that's not unreasonable. Let's go into Discord and double check because it's actually quite embarrassing. Oh, is it in the pinned? I haven't pinned anything. Ah, bugger. Oh yeah, that stupid thing. Um, do I not have it written down? Surely I had it written down. Da-da-da. Oh my lord above, I am the absolute worst. Okay, yes, so oh, ha, 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 ha. Right, I got it. So, yes, it is the 28th of each month. There we go, I was able to find, I need to, redo that. I'll do that, so 28th. We'll just keep that there, and I'll remember that later on for afterwards. So, back to the stream. The 28th of each month is the last day of each month to enter your model for the community challenge. That way, those last few days give you some time to make all of the graphics for the video and also the video itself. The video for the community challenge is something that gets uploaded on the first of every month. And just to quickly clarify, I know I said 28th of each month, but when it comes to next year and it comes to February, that day will actually be the 26th. So that'll be its own interesting thing there. But yes, the 28th is the last day to have models entered. So that was quite the adventure. Okay then, we've got quite a few people watching. There's a lot of people coming up. This is a duck. Hello, good to see you. I'll redo mine when the stream ends. Please remind me. Okie doke. I will try to ping you or mention you in the chat. Back to UP fan who says, my UP switcher has just been sitting on my shelf in the corner. Hasn't seen much of the tracks. Also, I make third tank engine. Oh, you made a third tank engine, which is good. A switcher sitting in the corner, not so good. I suppose you should do something with that. My A4 is nowhere near complete with the community challenge, but I would at least make it look good if you're okay with the work in progress. The images I would send will hardly be able to tell. Yeah, I think you can get away with that. If it's work in progress, then that's not the end of the world. I would much prefer that the image that you enter, or rather the model that you enter, was a complete model. But if you can take a picture of the model where you don't see kind of any exposed or unfinished areas, if it doesn't look like a work in progress, then that's fine. You know, you can kind of get away with that. So yeah, on that basis, yeah, that'll be fine. That's another model entered for the community challenge too, so that's definitely going to be a good thing. I'm probably going to build the Lay Valley Black Diamond locomotive. I wonder what that is. Let's have a look. To the internet. Diamond train. Images. Oh. We still go? Yeah, stream's still going. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's this locomotive. Ah. Oh, this is like a shortened version of the Pennsylvania Railroad 6446, but this looks like a competent version of that locomotive. Oh, that looks excellent. Oh, that is Art Deco American streamlining at its finest. If you're going to build that out of Lego, I would very much be excited to see what the end result will be. Yes, looking forward to that. God, that's the thing. I posted this in the Discord server as well. To those of you who are, well, particularly taking part in the community challenge, I have posted in the help sort of the help tab underneath the submissions tab for the community challenge a link to a video where it talks about some of the Art Deco styled streamlined locomotives from the late 30s, and they are some of the most gorgeous steam locos ever. They are just the best. And yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's streamlined, yeah, because they are streamlined locomotives. That's definitely something for this month's community challenge. But at the same time, it's something that you should probably look at anyways, just to behold something that looks so cool, and again, maybe inspire something to build in the future. I would love to make more streamlined steamers, and that is something I would like to probably do one day because that is definitely my style. But at the same time, it's something that I can't currently commit to because, again, lots of bricks and other things kind of take away from that fact. But yeah, all the same, I am very interested to see what models come out for the community challenge. We've still got over 2 weeks left to submit your models, anyways. So yeah, we can go from there. I made a chassis system boxcar. That is some chassis system, assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly, is something I'm not familiar with. I suppose let's search that up as well. Oh, I recognise it straight away. I don't so much recognise it, but I do recognise the decals because I think I saw something that looks exactly like this in Lego form, which was really good. I mean, the boxcar was definitely a brick model railroader kit, but the decals in particular came from the person who made it. It's like a shade of dark blue. It was a bit more, a little bit lighter, but it's definitely more vibrant dark shade. Yeah. Well, that's a very long wagon. Good lord. Yeah, that's pretty good. Is it fine to submit my coronation coaches for the community challenge too? Um, I think it will be wiser because your coronation coaches go with your mallard basically. Um, so if you could do it that way, I suppose that would be better because yes, it's all streamlined, but I think there's going to be more focus on the locomotive. If you're insistent on just entering the coaches, then am I correct in remembering that you built the beaver tail coach that goes at the end? I think you did, or at least I remember seeing a work in progress for it at least. If you want to see just, or if you want to submit just the coaches, I would recommend you use that beaver tail observation coach as sort of the main image or the main coach for the image. Still working on that part. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, if you want to enter the coaches, I would strongly recommend that you enter it with either Mallard or the A4 that it goes with, or the Beavertail coach because those two in particular are streamlined. I'll submit both the coaches and the logo. Okay, that's fine. I'll kind of merge them all into one. But yeah, again, I'll say this one more time because I've repeated myself loads of times, anyways. With the coaches, try and get that beaver tail made because first of all, the beaver tail coach is just a beautiful coach, anyways. But that's definitely supporting more of the streamlined theme for that month. Lovely stuff. Excellent. Speaking of the Beavertail coach for the Coronation Express from the LNER, I don't know if anybody has seen this, but there's a good chance that some people definitely did. When it came to the TLR awards, I made posts on the Facebook group Lego Rail and here on my YouTube channel through the community tab. And one of the posts was of one of the submissions for Best Wagon, and it was the LNER Coronation Express Beavertail Observation Coach by a man in Australia named Ewart. And that is a very fine looking coach. It is very excellent. I'm going to be talking about this in a bit of a brief way because I don't want this to seem like I'm kind of swaying any particular submission for the awards. Yeah, so anyway, that coach, it's something I have seen before. I remember seeing it on Flickr like soon after it was originally posted. And again, Ewart is someone who was proper talented. He knows he's like British Bricks level of being able to put a couple of bricks together. He's brilliant, absolutely amazing. They're both Australian as well, so I suppose there's some secrets going on when it comes to Lego trains down over there, which is just awesome. And yeah, it's a very cool coach. I would love to see the rest of the consist in that style, but I don't know if Ewart's going to really commit to doing it. Maybe you would one day. I mean, you would have that one coach, and imagine the rest of the consist would follow in suit. After I scrap my 2662, I'll make two 260s, one of which will be James. I think if you're going to make James, well, first of all, hang on. Let me quickly do some research, let's say, before I go on with the other half of that comment. Oh, there's your oh, your box fan's got over 900 views. Ah, that's awesome. Well done. Of your 2 days ago. It was only 2 days ago you made it, or at least you posted it. Well, if you're going to scrap it, fair enough. I mean, ultimately it's your choice. But first of all, you're scrapping a big locomotive. Brave of you, I suppose. But at the second time, at the same time, or the second point, I'm really, for someone who does YouTube videos, I'm not really good at speaking, am I? It's really daft. You're gonna scrap it to make a couple of the smaller engines, but one of them will be James. I think at this point, if you're gonna make it into a Thomas character, you're gonna have to keep it a Thomas character because it's a bit more special in that way. Oh my god! Speaking of, so many good tangents for this stream. It's amazing. So also, okay, we need to talk about a thing because this is something that actually is very interesting. So let me just wipe my eye one sec, and yeah, there we go. Where's my drink? There we go. Quick drink before we carry on. This is some big stuff, and I would like to see what some people think about this. If you don't care for it, then you don't care for it. But at the same time, a lot of people are very into what's going on. That is so warm. That's actually a bit minging. Ah, interesting in this stream. That'll make a nice change. Yeah, I know, right? Well, at the same time, I say interesting. We're going to be talking about Thomas still. So, yeah, get ready for some of that rubbish. So, a few days ago, posted online, there was it about an hour's worth, I think, give or take, of behind the scenes footage from Thomas season 5, I believe it was. And a lot of people were celebrating this because old model era series Thomas is something that a lot of people treasure. Again, seasons 1 to 7 are incredible. The hit era is still something that a lot of people do very much enjoy on the basis that it's still model era Thomas. And in turn, that means you can have behind the scenes footage because it's all physical. You can't have behind the scenes with anything that's CGI because if it doesn't work, you can just delete it. So again, about an hour or so. I think I posted this in Discord. I don't think I need to either because it is online in a lot of places, both on YouTube and on Twitter. So again, it was amazing just to. It was like 30 seconds of one take going wrong a couple of times. In particular, was the episode that featured Rusty and Boulder, where the boulder was like a very light prop, so it bounced off a lot of different things. That also reminds me of somebody takes some of the footage of that behind the scenes shots where the boulder normally in the episode the boulder falls and stops in front of Rusty. On one of the takes, it bounced off the wall and just kept on like it disappeared basically. And somebody made an edit of thank goodness that boulder disappeared. F that boulder. It's a very funny thing to see, and you can find it on YouTube, on Twitter rather. It's very fun. But yes, there's again so much behind the scenes footage, and fans everywhere, myself included, was fascinated and overjoyed with what we got because it's basically more footage. There was some lost footage, behind the scenes stuff. Again, very cool, very exciting. And this is where we start to talk about one Chris Eden Green and the rest of the crew behind the Tugs Trust. So, if anyone hasn't seen Chris Eden Green's tweet about the recent release of footage, first of all, I recommend you go and do so to read it for yourself. It's on Twitter, and at the same time, I have posted it on my Discord server in the Thomas and Friends tab. And what he says kind of makes sense because of what he does, but at the same time, it's unbelievably hypocritical because he and the rest of the Tugs team are doing something very unfair, to say the least. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's go over to, okay, I'm on my Discord server. I'm going to read out the tweet in question. Okay, it will let me view them both separately. That's good. Okay, so from Chris himself, this is the same guy who, ooh, a bit more light. So this is the same Chris who does the Steam locos and profile. Yes, that Chris. So he says, okay, something's been bugging me for the last few days. I need to get this off my chest. It's regarding copyright, which, again, straight away makes sense, but at the same time, I immediately know where this is going. For the purpose of this post, the brand name copyright holder and other individuals shall remain anonymous. Those who know will know, and I'd rather not bring names into it. Recently, an undisclosed amount of never-before-seen copyrighted material, which is believed to have been thrown out by its owner, has come to public circulation. Those who have been uploading the material have stated they don't claim ownership of it, yet they have been sharing it without the copyright holder's consent and are encouraging other people to use it in their own projects. The copyright holders supposedly threw out the physical rushes years ago after they were digitized. Sorry, my eyes are going a bit blurry seeing this because it's much darker all of a sudden. Carrying on. They have been informed, but if they choose to disregard it without apprehension, then it will allow circulators to think that what they're doing is okay, and the tools that they are given to do it are also not going to stop them. If this level of sharing is allowed to go unchecked, then I fear what implications there will be for small creators and copyright holders like myself. This point, him being green. Chris Eden Green, I should say. Him being green, that's an interesting way to refer to him. Back to this. So again, I already get enough abuse for selling my stuff instead of giving it away for free, with the idea that copyrighted material should be treated like its own public domain. I can't help but feel things are going to get more dangerous as some things are given a blind eye, but not all. To give further context, people who have been trying to dox my partner and I are amongst those who encourage circulation of this material. And it turns out similar people have also bullied other holders of never before seen material into sharing it and publishing it. Someone please tell me I'm wrong for having cold feet about this whole thing. Yeah, okay. So that is out of the way. Let's come back to that. So that was his tweets written out in full. And, oh yeah, let me quickly do that in that one. Okay, so back to this. So that was Chris's tweet in regards to the behind the scenes footage of Thomas and Friends season 5 going public. Now, this is something that has sparked a lot of backlash and defense in certain sides because of, I think, how it was said mostly. So, again, Chris is one of the people who is part of the Tugs Trust. And to anybody who doesn't know what this kind of means by default, the people who basically have as many, I'm not going to say all of it, but who basically collect all of the Tugs footage and props and try and do what they can to preserve the Tug series, have been very selfish with what they've been withholding. There is a lot of unseen footage and a lot of I suppose there's other material, I think, were the best way to put it, because yeah, lots of material would be the best way to generalize it. That has just been staying with them, and as time has been going on since they've been able to kind of form this group, they've been, yeah, I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to say something that's incorrect. I do know that they have been saying to people, if you want to see this exclusive footage, you have to pay in order to see it. They've been selling molds of Tencent's face, which damaged the original one, for profit. And yeah, the Tugs Trust, those guys who look after their models so well. Yeah, them. I wonder what be. Let's compare them to Drayton Manor. That'll be something to do. That's another thing to bring up in a moment as well, because Drayton Manor is actually quite interesting on its own. So yeah, a lot of people have been posting clips and sort of sections of the footage that has been released online to a load of different places. There's loads of channels on YouTube that have kind of picked out some clips, and some channels that have the entire roll of footage that came out recently on kind of on their channel as its own video. Again, some people on Twitter have been sharing it, some people have been making edits, some people have been making expanded versions of episodes using that lost behind the scenes footage. This footage is also decades old. I think it's about 34 years old. I think I want to say it's about that old. It's at least 3 decades old. And it's just staggering that people are going this mad over it because a lot of people are seeing it as selfish and bad that people are celebrating new content and material from a franchise they love. There are a lot of people, even me being one of them, who look back at those seasons and think, oh my god, I remember this. It's cool to see new aspects of this. Now, it has been known that Mattel, the owners of the footage, have made their intentions known that they were going to release it anyways, but circumstances came to the point where they just decided not to in the end. But at the same time, this doesn't mean that they didn't want anyone to get a hold of it. They just never got around to releasing it themselves. So for someone like Chris, and there are people who are defending him as well, it's understandable why on the basis of copyright, but the fact that it's coming from him, who again is one of the Tugs Trust members, who again is very selfish and blames, well, not so much blames, but pins not releasing unseen footage from Tugs on copyright, it's just a very stupid and frustrating thing to see. So yeah, I think personally that he's not wrong in some senses that yeah, he does have his own thing going on, and some what's the word, perspectives when it comes to copyright is fine. But given the nature of that material, he doesn't really have a leg to stand on because again, he doesn't have, well, not just him. Again, I keep referring back to the Tugs team as a whole because they are very hypocritical because of that tweet alone. It's something that is so heavy in backlash. It's just bizarre. So yeah, nobody is going to copyright claim that footage either. Mattel isn't going to care because Mattel kind of really focus on CGI Thomas. They don't really care for model era Thomas anymore. And especially given the Thomas reboot that they're still focusing on, you know, all engines go. It's they're gonna look at it and go, yeah, fans are celebrating an hour's worth of it's behind the scenes stuff. It's not exactly like we're getting unseen, like untelevised episodes. It's just crazy. Yeah. So yeah, so speaking of Drayton Manor, just to get back onto that for a moment, Drayton Manor stuff got stolen. Tugs Trust staff is just incompetent. Yeah, I wouldn't even well, yeah, stuff, not staff. That's me misreading there. So again, a few days ago on Twitter, I was just scrolling and I saw a video of someone at Drayton Manor, and this was, I suppose, this was supposed to be a representation of how Drayton Manor kind of treats the Thomas models, anyways. But this was weird because I couldn't see what was going on. Not because of the actual action itself, because whoever was filming wasn't focusing on what was going on. Now, the only thing that's I could saw that makes sense in the case that Drayton Manor doesn't look after the model props is there's a big sort of, obviously the big layout, and there's a hallway, big glass windows between yourself and the actual display. Oh, pardon me. And one of the Drayton Manor employees opens one of the big windows to, I suppose, re-rail a derailed engine. Again, I couldn't tell because the camera work was shoddy for this video. And he opens the window, gets a chair, and he climbs into the display. Now, obviously, the entire thing is just one big layout, so he's going to have to stand on the layout. It wasn't, again, it wasn't clear if he was standing on anything in particular, breaking anything. Chances are he probably was because it was Drayton Manor. But as he's going off doing that, window's still open. One of the engines, kind of, I think it was Boko, just pulling a tanker wagon, that just goes past the open window. And I can understand that point as well. I was thinking, okay, that right there is prime opportunity for someone to nick one of the models or even get in and try and grab something themselves. So, okay, there's that point there. But what did the Drayton Manor employee particularly do? Because that just wasn't clear. I don't know if he rough handled any of the models either. I couldn't tell if he stood on something fragile. It was, you know. So I did make a comment saying, you know, what exactly was going on in this particular situation? But nobody replied, so I don't know what the hell was going on. So, well, yeah, Drayton Manor, Tugs Trust, ruining and breaking childhoods. Oh, dearie dear. Oh, let me, I may as well keep that on. Okay then, where did we get to on the on this thing? I need to go to that one, and then go into general chat. Suppose we can do that. Josh, you have arrived indeed. Hello, good to see you. Lego Robot Series says, to be fair, Drayton Manor is also incompetent as well. Yes, that much we all kind of know. Have you seen the damage on some of the models? It's such unavoidable. It's very avoidable or easy to fix things. Yes, it's something that I have seen a lot of Drayton Manor behind the scenes stuff in terms of the conditions of the models where they've got paint chips and dents and scratches and that sort of thing. I know that the models are in very poor condition, but yeah, again, like you say, it's avoidable and easy to fix things, but evidently it's just not going to be the case. On a happier note, Diesel wasn't harmed in any way. Was Diesel at Drayton Manor? Let's find out. Diesel Drayton Manor. Well, this was a dumb idea. Let's just park rides. Okay. He probably got nicked. Yeah, probably. But I suppose whoever nicked him obviously went for one of the better models, eh? Because it's Diesel. Drayton Manor, the theme park. I just got here. I don't know why we're discussing this. We were talking about. It started off with. Can't even remember now. What order did we go in? It was Thomas footage being released and how Chris Eden Green was basically being a child about it. Then we started talking about the Tugs Trust and how they don't look after their props and footage either, which then led on to the Drayton Manor Horror Railway and how they look after their models in a even worse case. And here we are talking about Devious Diesel because it's Glasgow Bridge Subway. He loves diesels. So yeah, that's all of that, and it is currently 8:30. How wonderful! That's been a pretty busy half an hour, to be honest. Okay. Yeah. So there's a couple of things I could also carry on with. So if anybody hasn't seen my recent post on the Discord server and here on YouTube, someone is talking in chat. I've built so many Lego trains and so many Lego trains I haven't taken pictures of videos of. I'm like that too. I've been building Lego train mocks for as long as I can remember, and there's so many early versions never had pictures or videos, and it's not the worst thing ever because they are very simple models, especially for I don't know 7-8 years ago. But oh, there it is. There's another one. But yes, we're definitely in the same camp on the basis that we have just built dozens of models. It's so easy, especially that younger sort of mentality, to make a model, say you like it, wake up the next day and go, no, I don't like it anymore, and just build something else. So, yeah, I get that. Anyways, going to the post I made online recently. I haven't done a update post for a very long time, so writing this out was actually a bit weird in a sense because it was kind of coming back to something I haven't done in a while. Same sense like the community challenge. Same sense for the community challenge. I even fuck that out. Good lord. Can someone make a montage? Actually, no. Don't make a montage of me stumbling. Nobody wants to watch that. That's just awful. Anyways, I want to just quickly go over the update post that I posted a couple of days ago because I feel like it's worth pointing out here. Not everybody watches, not everybody sees those update posts, but with a couple of people watching these live streams, especially the VODs as well, it's a good opportunity to do so then. So yeah, I've been picking up a lot of Nerf stuff recently, and all of the videos I've put out over the past few weeks have been a lot of fun to do. A couple of new blasters were purchased, and some reviews were in turn made. I've made a modification to one of my blasters, turning it into a master key, which is a lot of fun. And in turn, that led to me kind of updating and upgrading my personal Nerf gear setup, which is very cool. Videos for all of that have all been recorded and put out, and if you like Nerf in any way, shape, or form, I strongly encourage you to watch that because it was great fun to do. I also would like to say that I did a bit of a range day today. I kind of just sat here, pointed the rifle at the pillow over there, and I had a couple of feeding issues. I think my regulator is actually firing a bit too fast, which is a bit weird because it's a flywheel blaster, fully automatic, and it's got fresh batteries in it, which is a good thing. But I think because it's a conveyor belt feeding blaster, it's a bit too fast firing, which is again a weird thing for me to say. But in all seriousness, there were a couple of times where this only happened once with the drum magazine and once with one of the 7 dart stick mags, where I think it was trying to fire too many darts at once in one go. So there'd be 3 darts just lined up in the barrel. So I'd have to stop firing for a second, tilt the blaster downwards to clear the barrel, and go from there. So I was thinking to myself, I wonder if I should try and find my kind of older, like half full batteries and kind of test them. Again, this only ever happened twice, only today for the first time. This actually happened yesterday, technically, too, because I was trying to test the 250 drum magazines, and that happened. It happened once with. Well, it actually happened once with both of them. I think it happened twice with one of the other ones as well. But yeah, it's interesting to see how like the most effective gear I've got is also causing some problems. But it's a unique problem as well. So yeah, that was a thing. So yeah, lots of Nerf fun. Foam Fest is coming in a couple of weeks. So excited for that. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Back to the topic of Lego trains because this is what my channel is mainly based around. So as I mentioned earlier in this live stream, the TLR Awards have concluded last week. The judging process is going to be happening on Tuesday. The judges do have lives, so I can't exactly pull them to a video call whenever I want. Again, Tuesday was the earliest convenient time to get that all sorted. Hopefully both judges make it. If they can't do that, then I'm going to have to change things around where they just look at it in their own time, pick a runner-up and winner from each category again on their own, and it's probably just going to be back and forth deliberation, which is not going to be the best thing ever. But yes, that should all be fine on Tuesday evening anyways. Yeah, I may as well mention that too, because there was another thing I mentioned in a previous live stream, and I think I'm kind of set on this now, and that was in regards to the TLR Awards happening again. Now, I did say to some people who asked, there was quite a few people saying to me, are the TLR Awards going to happen again? It was really fun to do this, and yes, it was absolutely fun to see everything come in. There's a lot of space to expand, but it's a simple competition because I'm only one person running it. And this was done because the Brick Train Awards got pushed from February all the way back to September. I'm not trying to go up against the Brick Train Awards. I'm not trying to run this in place of them. I'm not trying to do this in the sense where just do this one as well, because this is basically a smaller version of the Brick Train Awards. It's not celebrating anything specific. It's just so yeah, it's something I've explained before as well, so there's no point in repeating myself too much. But the more I think about it, the more I think it wouldn't be worth expanding or doing the TLR Awards again. Again, I'm only one person doing this. I probably can't really do much more than what I've already done. Possible to do it in this format again, but I would love to expand it. But at that point, Brick Train Awards basically have all that covered anyways. So yeah, there's that. Where's my drink? I keep putting my drink in the stupidest places. There we go. Warm fizzy drink. Nobody wants to drink that, but I don't have a choice. Oh, it's very warm today. My computer currently says 28 degrees. It reached 30 earlier today, which is stupid hot. It hasn't been 30 for a couple of weeks. Oh, there was a week where it was like cold and rainy. Oh, it's so good to have that. I cannot wait for winter. It's too hot. I don't like it. So yeah, talking about Lego trains, there is one more thing that has been kind of kicking up with me. So because I have a lot more space on the floor here in my room, I have kind of made a new home layout. But that also got me thinking, it would be a very interesting idea to kind of rebuild my main layout in the sense that instead of it covering up tables in a sort of rectangular fashion, it's just one massive display. So there is no center point for me to stand on, or stand in rather. So each layout segment I've got is built to fit a 6 foot by 2.5 foot table. And that's convenient for me because I know how big that is in terms of base plates. I know that I can just build it to this sort of standard. Yes, I'm a bit limited with space when it comes to width, but I can put that in a box, know what that is, know where that goes, and I'm basically sorted. I'm all good to go. However, at the same time, I would very much like to expand and change my layout because with it only being 3 base plates deep, the vast majority of my layouts is just track, the running lines. I've got about a base plate and a half of depth to kind of make buildings and structures and other details for the layout. Oh, there's another one. Some of it actually does look good. The big station, of course, with the signal box, that main section does look really good. The small station with the road bridge is something I know I can expand on. In fact, I actually drew down an idea I had using that segment, but it's now three. Actually, it's 4 running lines, 3 mainline ones, and a narrow gauge line. So again, there's loads I could really do with that. And again, one thing's been leading to another, and I've got so many ideas already. Things I want to do in the past and I've noted down have been seen as possible. Where okay, it's again the same sense of on a 6 foot by 2.5 foot table. That's the standard size for a table size at Lego shows, or mainly just at convention centers and show areas, anyways. But it's a perfect fit when it comes to base plates. So I've got that all planned out, so I can make individual segments basically deeper and turn the layout into one big landmass. I would honestly love to do that, but there is a drawback. The first thing is I need the space to be able to do that in the first place. I think this is going to be another case of I need to move out, find another place to call home before I can really dig into doing something like that, which is a bit of a shame because, again, that could be forever away. But I couldn't make such changes until next year anyway. In October, there is the LUKR Members Club meet, which is going to be a very fun time, and that is a prime opportunity to get the entire layout together. Again, 10 tables, so may as well get that on. But at the same time, it's a very difficult thing for me to get out in the first place because, again, 10 tables. But that's also in October, so I can't make any more of I've committed to having that many tables. If I change the layout in any way, shape, or form, I'm messing up that table display, so I can't afford to really do that. And in November is the Bristol Brick Show, which is the biggest Lego show of the year in Bristol, which is the home of the Lego user group that I'm with. And again, that's another prime opportunity for me to get the full 10 table display going. And just like with the members weekend, I've committed to having 10 tables for that show as well. Now, I would like to also stick to that because there's a lot I can do with those arrangements anyways. But I think going into next year, it would definitely be worth kind of just collecting ideas, noting things down on how the layouts can change and expand. I wouldn't be against the layouts overall being smaller. It's going to get bigger in some ways. Again, a third running line is something I can absolutely do, especially now that I have nearly 400 track. That must be 400 by now because of the train station I got. About 400 track pieces to play with now anyways to get the straight sections expanded. And with that, I could definitely fill in the space on the inside of the layouts where it's just not, again, it's just shallow because the overall is it can only be as wide as a table, which is again 2.5 feet wide, which is translating to 3 base plates. There's only so much space I can really utilize in the first place. I could definitely make some changes to improve upon that, but at the same time, there is no way I can realistically give that a go. I can definitely plan things out on the floor space, and that's probably going to be the most likely starting point. But again, I need to have a committed room or space where I could have that out permanently in the first place, so I can visualize it all. You know, one day a Lego room will be mine. You know, a house will be mine. I suppose would be the better thing for it. But yeah, one day I will have a space where I could just keep the layouts on display permanently. That would be a very fun time. Okay, so that's basically the recent update post covered. I saw chat going. Josh, yes, the same Drayton Manor. They have a museum section where a lot of the original Thomas props have been on display. They have an awful track record for letting things get damaged and stolen. Yep, very good. Not long ago, it was 44 Celsius in your air. 44? Are you mad? American heat. Good lord. If I was there, I would just die. If I was there at 44-degree heat, I'm living in the freezer. Not just the fridge, that's not enough. Freezer. Oh. 3 days ago, it got to 117 Fahrenheit in Utah. Oh, that's crazy hot. Yeah, something like wildfires. Oh, that's scary, man, because heat waves can... I'm pretty sure I saw at least somewhere where one of the wildfires was started just because it was just so damn hot. Something just spontaneously combusted, which is so frightening. I remember watching a video called Texas and Pacific 610 Tuesday. And when I search it now, it does not exist, nor does the YouTuber who made it. It's just something I wanted to share real quick. Oh man. It's a bit of a bummer that. The video and the channel are now gone. I wonder why that was. Oh. Did you ever watch Pablo the Little Fox? I did not. I don't know if that's something you suggested or if that's something that sounds like a kid show. Right, new tab, more research. Pablo the Little Red Fox. CBeebies. Oh my god! Yes, I did! I recognize this straight away. Oh, Pablo. Yeah, okay, yes, I did watch this. Yeah. This was good. This was a good show. Oh, that's again, that's something I immediately recognize. Pablo. Ah, that's pretty good. Oh, Storm the other. Not joking. Stormed the other day instantly made it cooler. Well, that does make sense. So the thing is, some of the heat waves we got going on here in the UK are. Oh, hang on. There's a. Sorry, it's a quick motion test. Bit of lag. Hang on. Yeah, it seems okay. Okay. So a lot of the heat waves we get here in the UK are basically from the tail end of whatever's coming from America or the US continent. So if you're getting storms, just pass that over to us as well, please, because we also need to cool down. I don't know if you know this, but we Brits are not good with heat. We're very much used to cold, wet conditions, and we always say, oh yeah, we always complain that we wish it was warmer. If it got to 20 degrees, that would be nice. But let's get to that in a second. But yes, at the same time, when it does get warm in the UK, it's too hot. We never get that in between. It's very rare that we get that. So again, about 20 degrees, no hotter than that. That would be just fine. But 12 is plenty. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah. 20, that would be nice if it was, you know, like a summer 20 would be fine, but 12 is plenty enough. Yeah, that would actually be much better. I live in the US. I just translate Fahrenheit to whatever is in the UK. Fahrenheit. 70 degrees. Get your Fahrenheit out of here. Use Celsius like a proper sophisticated man. Celsius is much better. Fucking. What's 44 in Fahrenheit? It's about. Oh, that's from earlier. It's crazy. It got. I think I said this earlier today as well, where it got up to 30 degrees early this afternoon, and that was just the worst. It was. It was not fun. No, no. Why do you think I translated? Yeah, fair enough. Still, the. You know, never mind. Scrap. Ignore what I was just about to say. Okay then. Oh yeah, this was something else I missed out. Going over the post I was kind of breaking down earlier. In regards to all of that, there was a couple of other videos I have planned as well. So who is it that came? Who is it that came to me on Discord? Oh, Tetsus, that was it. So Tetsus, another Lego train builder over on Discord, who I think is also on Twitter, basically sent me a message saying, Luke, I want you to do a video on the Mold King trains. And this is something I've looked at probably doing for not too long, but every now and then I like to think to myself, it's interesting how these Mold King trains are doing pretty well. It's not Lego branded, which is why a lot of people have kind of written them off or ignored them. But the Mold King trains are interesting on the basis that it proves Lego wrong, where Lego says trains aren't marketable, and yet the Mold King sets have been doing very well. Mold King, you are the Mold King though. So, hail Mold King. Anyway, so after having a quick discussion with him, I basically said to him, I don't mind doing the research and kind of making a video. I don't really do video essays. I've um I've done the big 43-minute or so video on why, what was it I called it? Like why Lego will never, yeah, it was something like why Lego will never do a trains theme again. That's um that's a video essay basically, but that's the most video essay video I've ever done. And if I were to do a video on the Mold King sets, I would have to kind of do a lot more research and kind of get ready for that. Have a good evening, Renzo. Thank you so much for tuning in for as long as you have. Good to see you, my good sir. So yes, with the Mold King sets, I think it would definitely be worth just talking about them on the basis that Legos, again, a lot of people have remembered how Legos say trains are unmarketable, and yet the Mold King sets are brilliant. They're not perfect, but a lot of people who have bought them enjoyed them and recommend them. And there's a lot to go over. So after the TLR Awards have finally concluded with the announcements being made, I'm going to begin research on the Mold King sets because this is something that, again, is actually quite interesting to kind of think about. So that's one new video I've got on the way. I bought the new City train station, sets number 60335. It's actually over there. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll go get it in a moment. I've been sitting cross-legged for a couple of minutes and my left leg is a bit numb. So if I try to stand on it, I'll fall over basically. Oh, let me just get myself a bit ready. So yeah, the new station, I'll go grab it in a moment because it does look very good. That's going to be a review video that's going to be coming. And I'm also going to be doing a video on my entire collection of Lego trains. I'm not going to do anything layout related because I've shown that off in its own thing anyways. Again, when it comes to the later half of the year, again, October and November, we're going to get plenty of videos of the full 10 table display. Get that on YouTube because that's going to be a very good time. Instead, I'm going to be separating my grand showcase, as I've written it down here, into 3 separate videos because I don't know how long this is going to take. I might, yeah, if it goes on for too long, I'm going to separate this showcase into real locomotives, the Thomas characters, and my rolling stock. I feel like this would be okay as one video and won't be as long as I think it will. If that's the case, that's how the video is going to be uploaded, and I would much prefer if it was just that. Separating it into 3 parts like this, I believe is just unnecessary. And I could definitely add chapters to the video if it's going to become this long thing anyways. So yeah, that's definitely something that's on the way. It would be nice to kind of do this again. There was a mini series of sorts I did in the past called what do they even call it? It's been forever since I've done that too. Oh my god! No, hang on. We need to let's do it this way. What do they call it? It was the complete collection or something like that. I don't know. It was basically a series of videos that I just did over time. After a while, when I have made a bunch of different models, I thought, oh, okay, you know, I've got a bunch of new things to show off, so let's show them all off in one go. And we're gonna find this. Hang on. Giants, fictional, building tips, reviews, updates, and overviews. Okay. And it should be the very first video. TLR, the complete collection. Yeah, okay. So it's just everything that I have when it comes to Lego train models. Oh my god, that when was so there's 8 volumes of this spanning years. When was volume 8 put out? Nearly 2 years ago. So July 22nd, 2020. Nearly 2 years ago. I'm not going to line up the dates. I can't be asked to do that. I don't think it's going to line up anyways, but nuh-uh, we ain't doing that. Okay, so that's gonna. I'm not gonna call it the whole collection, anyways. I've got an actual name for it written down here. So yeah, it's just a matter of time of actually getting that recorded and deciding on whether it's going to be one video or 3 separate ones. I really do hope it's just gonna fit in one video and not be crazy long. If it's gonna be about 15 minutes, that's gonna be fine. If it goes on for about 20 or more, then I might have to think about breaking it down. I think I don't know. I'm not gonna know until we get there. So let's finish this thing. Finish things off with the train set. So give me one moment. Yeah. There's a couple of things I need to grab. Oh, I took off some of the oh, nothing. Right, we'll start by doing little bit by little bit. I'll bring the station itself over in just a moment. This isn't going to be a replacement for the review, don't worry. So, first of all, the vehicles. A little road to rail sort of maintenance vehicle. I actually quite like this. It's something I might actually keep intact because when I first saw the set, I didn't care for this. And yeah, the porta potty wagon, which is a very daft thing. But the problem is, I can see somebody making 4 or 5 more of these, and we just have a potty train, which would be the dumbest and most amusing thing I will ever see in Lego trains. So somebody make that. And oh, another one. Hopefully the last one for the stream. Anyway, so yeah, these are actually quite nice, very interesting to have. Again, it's very different as well, and also something that is very realistic. So that is also a very excellent thing to have in the set and on the railway. Because it's Lego City needs to have a bus. Or about 1 million buses, because there's always 1 million buses when it comes to Lego City. As you can see with this little shine here from the screen, it has double doors. That's a new thing that was introduced with this and the passenger train set, which is excellent. I might also keep this intact because it's nice just to have a bus. I don't do road vehicles, so it would be wise just to, you know, have this as is. But yeah, nice bus. I also like that you can, you know, put a bike on the back. It's kind of friction fit. Yeah, you know, it's a thing. So the first part of the crossing is of the station is the crossing. Going a bit mad, but yes, this is quite handsome to be honest. I'm going to have to swap these around because the way I'm looking at it now, it's definitely suited to American kind of roads where vehicles drive on this side. Here in the UK, vehicles drive on the right side of the road, so I'll have to swap these over eventually. But just to focus more on the crossing itself, taking off the road plate, that is very handsome. I am astounded, and I'm definitely going to keep these pieces as well because I could definitely, maybe I could just even expand them. I might have the appropriate pieces in those colors to kind of make it a bit longer. But yeah, it's a good little thing, this. We're going to put those together. I'm going to go grab the station. I'll have one last look at the chat, and then we will conclude things. So stand by. There we go. Ta-da! That is a beautiful looking station. So I visited my local Lego store 3 times, I want to say, in June. This was a set that was released on June 1st, and during all 3 visits, this was out of stock. It's understandably naturally popular, and I'm so happy to see that as well, because railway stuff isn't necessarily the most popular things ever, but the station in particular is amazing. It's very up to date with the Lego City building techniques. The architecture is very 2022 Lego City, and yeah, it looks great. On this side, if I turn it around, again, just to keep it a bit brief, there is a disability accessibility ramp. I suppose just ramp would be the best thing to call it. And inside we do have a few stools and places and an office at the top, of course. It looks, again, it's just so charming and wonderful. I love the roof as well. These clear pieces, these window pieces, it works perfectly. I just love it. So yeah, a full review for this is on the way. And I, for one, am very much looking forward to getting that review done, because that's going to be a very fun video. I see you in the chat, Miller. So we drive on the left, Luke, not the right. I'll have to remember that when I do my my practical driving test. All right, where did we get to then? Oswald the Octopus. No, that's not something I watched. RK here on the tail end of the stream. Hello, good to see you. It feels like 142 nonillion kelvins. Nonillion? Is that a word? Ooh, okay. That's basically just a lot of zeros. I still have the bodies for my choppers and trucks, but I don't have any couplers or wheels. I might rebuild them. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it's a good opportunity to refine the model before you complete it. RK says, hey Luke, are you going to make large freight ships for your harbour? I would like to one day, but I don't know if that's going to be possible at the moment, because the harbour for the home layout is very small and obscure. The water detail is kind of just its own thing, and I'd rather the water was exposed. And at the moment, I could definitely just use. Where's Tenzin? If I poke, is he there? No, he's behind all these boxes. That's where he is. I still have 10 cents and Billy Shoe Pack, so for the meantime, I could just use those as props for the harbour. But a proper cargo ship will be something to build in the future, because yeah, it would definitely suit that setting. But at the same time, it's not something necessarily for the home layouts. That would definitely be something that I would have to lead into the rebuilt layout, where everything's just better anyways. So we'd have to go from there. Ooh, itchy nose. You're going to see how hot it is outside. I don't think the number matters anymore. It's just hot. The leaves on my tree in the front yard are always starting to brown. Well, we are kind of halfway through summer, so yeah. Magic Ghost Studios, hello. What did you miss? Well, you're here on the end of the stream, so you basically missed the entire stream. Luke, you should make Bertie the Bus and to race B. To race B? I don't know what you mean by that, but Bertie, again, Bertie's one of those characters I could very easily make, but I haven't been motivated to make any Thomas characters since finishing Spencer. I might have to eventually get around to making more in the future, but again, I don't really have that desire to. Making more models means I'm going to have to store them somewhere, which is another thing I don't have the means to comfortably do. I just about have enough for what I've got already. The dedicated box I have for Thomas characters is actually very full. So going any further with that is just, it's not wise. Again, I know I can make more Thomas characters, but I'm not going to. Not for a while. Oh, to race, right underneath. Bertie to race Thomas. That would be an interesting thing to try and accomplish, because I'm not too sure how that would actually be done when it comes to videoing it. Maybe just do a bunch of drag races. That'd be interesting. Like make a ramp for Bertie to go down. We could do it that way. You have made a Bertie the Bus before, which is pretty cool actually. The architecture is what I call Dusty Airport. Dusty Airport. Does that mean anything to you? Sorry, hang on. Sounds like something's falling. Right, okay. Right, okay then. Onwards. Oh, that did not look good on the... Oh my god. Okay, so to anybody who doesn't know, the stream on my tablet is obviously live, and the replay on the PC is about 5 or so seconds behind, about 5-10 seconds. And as I leant backwards, I saw my face just shoved up there, and oh my god, that looks so stupid. Okay. That was definitely a thing. It looks like airport architecture. Yeah, that makes sense, especially with that individual sort of office bit kind of sticking up on its own. Have you seen Stranger Things 4? No, I don't really watch any TV or series anymore. I've got Disney Plus and I'll watch a few things that are on there, but anything sort of major like that, I don't really get around to watching. I would like to try and see The Boys, but again, I just can't be bothered to. I think it's another you have to pay for the subscription. If it's something you got to pay for, then I just can't be bothered. I can't. Nah, it's not it. Magic Guy Studios also says, "What is your favorite Lego Thomas model?" It is between Gordon, Henry, and Spencer. Spencer being an A4 is a very good model for me because that design is naturally difficult, and there are other people who have made A4s out there that are kind of more better made. But again, with the way I've made mine, I'm still very happy with it. Um, but when it comes to Gordon and Henry, they're very much recognizable, obviously. Henry's overall locomotive shape is something I still adore, and I've said this so many times in the past where one day I want to rebuild him in a more realistic sense. So whilst that's going to happen eventually, the shape of Gordon as well, it's something that, well, at least my Thomas characters that I've built are based from the TV series. They don't have all these realistic loco details. They're kind of the basic shapes that you would see in series one, basically. And that's what I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with the Railway series books, so all the extra details and the more, the changes and whatever else, that's not something I'm familiar with. So I didn't build them in that style. And Gordon in that particular shape is, I think, the most perfect looking Thomas character I've made. So it's a tie between those three. Henry is something I absolutely love. Spencer is, again, just a model I'm very proud with, but Gordon is kind of in a league of his own. But it's Gordon as well because he's the best. Something something Gordon Gulag in my Discord server. UP fan says I make just about all my models in around a few colors. Yeah, that's an easy thing to stick to. It would definitely help as well. Though one of my first trains was the Polar Express in a bunch of different colors, same with my Titanic. Yeah, that's not an unreasonable thing. This is something else to remember as well. If you're making a Lego train or any Lego model, and you have parts that you need but not in the right color, it is okay to use those basically a rainbow colored parts to finish that model. It's incomplete color wise, but you have the parts you need, and when it comes to making orders online, you know what color in this shape that you will need. It is okay to do that. Fellow LUKR member Rory has made a Southern Railways schools class locomotive, and sorry, not Rory, Levi. And when he built his originally, he just used parts that he needed in whatever color was available. So it's not a bad thing to do. If you have the parts, you may as well build it. I'm someone who would stack up on parts anyways. So that sort of situation is not something that's really going to apply to me. But it's not a bad thing at all. If you have the parts for it, use them. Why not? And we were going to conclude with RK's comments here. Luke, have you considered making a crane tank engine? And suggest making Henry copy as A1C1 hybrid. Henry, when I rebuild Henry, it will be that exact same shape from the TV series, just larger drive wheels, 8 studs wide. Maybe build him in a different color, and yeah, because maybe I might try black and gold again, to be honest, because that looks really good on the coronation that I made. But yeah, that's basically. It's not going to be a hybrid between things. It's just going to be that same design, same shape, but in different colors. Basically, there are so many spaces to or areas on the model to improve it. And a crane tank engine, I suppose technically yes, because Harvey was on the Thomas characters to build list. But as I mentioned previously, I don't really have the motivation to want to make that at the moment. Oh, hang on. Oh. Hmm. So I think I've cut my lip open. There's something a bit ming in there. Right, so that being said, it is 10 past 9. Starting these streams early is one thing, but going over like this is something else, and that is quite crazy. But I am astounded that as long as the stream is, it's been full of content, full of chatter, and it's been a lot of fun as well. So let me get myself into the correct position to, actually sit comfortably for this outro. I can't do this shouldn't before I fall on something, because if I lean back, I'll have to look at the screen as well. Right, if I do that, you should be able to still see my nose. Okay, yeah, right, leaning back, hang on. Yeah, you can still see my face on the stream. Oh, for goodness sakes. I can't do my full back out of shot anymore because I've been able to position the tablet in a more secure way, but at the same time, you can still see my face if I fall forwards. Fall backwards, rather. Fuck's sake. So, yes, let's wrap things up properly. So, as always, make sure that you are following me on Instagram and Flickr for some more behind-the-scenes action. Unlike the Tugs group, any behind-the-scenes stuff I have goes up straight away. It's not common and not the most frequent thing ever, but still, whenever I have something ready to post, it goes up straight away. So make sure you follow me on Flickr and Instagram. Links for both are in the description. Also, linked in the description is a link to my Discord server. Make sure you join the Discord server for like-minded fans of Nerf blasters and Lego trains. The community challenge is going on again, so if you are interested in taking part in the community challenge, make sure you read the rules that are in the posts. And any questions regarding the community challenge, make sure you ask me in the Discord server as well in the appropriate community challenge tabs. I am going to be doing a special post on August 5th to celebrate 3 years of me making Nerf related content, which is a bit insane. I'm not going to be doing a special video, it's just a post to say, 3 years of Nerf, yay, it's a thing. The TLR Awards are going to be concluded very soon. Again, this Tuesday, I'm going to be talking with the other judges to finally get through the process of picking the winners and the runners up. So hopefully by next stream, we will have everything finally settled, and it will be a very exciting process to have to, contact the winners and say to the world, these are the people who won, and potentially deal with an email and or comments from someone who's a bit salty that they didn't win. But let's find out when we get there. So thank you all ever so much for tuning in for this live stream. I need to move that thing out of the way so I can actually end the stream. No, don't do that, you stupid tablet. Bloody touch screen. Right, hang on. Should we try that again? Stop ruining my outro, you stupid device. Okay, so thank you all ever so much for tuning in, everyone. I will see you all soon, either in the Discord server or in the next episode. I stutter way too much. I need to get better at speaking, seriously. Okay, take care, everyone.